listen to it.
I get so
panicked.
overwhelmed. I get so overwhelmed with notifications that like every once in a while I just go through any Discord server I'm in and I like mark all as red. I'm like I can't
Uh-huh. I
these
can't look at the
dots
number. I
I
can't
have
the
do
most of
it.
dots
my
are
stuff.
killing me. Get them
Yeah,
out.
I have most of my
I
stuff
like,
muted.
I have like a friend who streams, and I have like 243 right now, just on
Oh
his
my
Discord alone.
gosh. Yep.
Oof. Yeah, I'm a part of a bunch of different discords, and some tech related, some are military related, some are D&D related. Being a nerd all the way around.
Hmm.
Surprise, surprise.
You guys can keep talking. We'll
But
go video
yeah,
live here in a couple of minutes. And welcome to anyone that's out there.
Hey y'all. Sorry if you hear me chewing. I'm eating my dinner.
Thankfully, I cannot.
What did you have for your
same.
dinner, Taylor?
It was just I was really lazy, so I made a bag of frozen mixed vegetables. So it was like peas and carrots and corn and whatever else, and I threw a bunch of grilled chicken in it, and I put some pickled onions on top, and that's it.
It sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like a poor man's stir fry.
You ever just
Pretty
eat
much.
a bag of Brussels sprout?
Just
Oh,
a bag of Brussels sprouts. I mean, I would put
I will
like a
do
protein
Brussels
in it, but
sprouts, broccoli, green beans. Just do some like butter, salt, and pepper.
That used to be where
Ooh,
I
yeah.
was in life. Is I
Scorch
take a
'em.
microwave bag of Brussels sprouts and throw them into the microwave. And
See,
open
my
it
problem
up
with
and eat 'em.
microwave Brussels sprouts is they're so mushy that like.
Well, these weren't too bad, but I get your
I need,
point.
like,
I
a
like them
sauce.
crisp. Yeah, like dirty Brussels sprouts is something are really good.
Yeah, throw them under
That's-
the broiler. Ooh.
I have
A
a
little
few different
balsamic
recipes for
glaze.
Brussels sprouts, but yeah, Brussels sprouts are delicious if they're cooked right. I've had way too many people cook them wrong,
They can definitely.
and then they're just like, ugh.
They're also
I'm not a
very hard
picky
to
eater
digest
either.
on your body, so you have to be careful that you cook them thoroughly because they're considered a cruciferous vegetable. Same with
Yep.
like kale and cauliflower and broccoli and all that stuff. So if you don't cook it well enough, it's really hard for your body to digest.
Yep, and then you want to make sure
Follow
that
me
you're
for
working
more
in office with a
nutrition
friend. Yeah, then you want to work in office the following day around as many people as possible.
Follow you for daily nutrition tips. Oh my god, nutrition tips that'll be messaged on Discord.
Only in Discord.
Only in Discord.
Only.
Listen, if
It's
anyone is
mini
willing, I
cabbage stock
still,
drink. Yes.
I still need people to be like, hey, I sent you a message in Discord on Instagram.
Oh, don't worry, I'll just ping you randomly with horrible jokes. No.
That's fine. I'm here for it.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
Oh, that's what you'll be saying today.
Oh gosh, may the odds ever be in your favor.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Yeah, we ended off in a really weird spot.
We're
What do you mean, you're traveling?
We're wandering the swamp.
No,
Yeah.
no, we ended up in the middle of my dream, where I was working on interacting with it, and they're like, "This is where the session ends."
Yes. Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yes. There is that.
Where you broke my brain utterly and completely.
Brain dead broken.
Speaking of switching to D&D Beyond,
Yes.
one thing that's missing, I think everything else I've like mostly got ported over, but I can't figure out how to add Bear as a creature.
Well, there's a companion spot.
It should be.
There is, I know it, there's a screen for it, but I can't figure out how to actually add him to it.
Okay.
So I'll have to eventually do that, but I have his stats, so
Yeah. That's
it's
what
fine.
matters.
yeah.
All right. Well, it is almost that time. Almost. You know, it's so stuck in my head. I used to work for O'Reilly's back when I lived in Washington. So it's one of those phrases now that when O is said in my household,
Oh, Riley.
that is
Yeah, I
almost always said.
hate to break your bubble, but it says in this house, and no one ever works in O'Reilly's. It's just the marketing was too damn good.
It was.
Yeah, it was pretty spot, and it was so consistent. It was, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, usually if someone says "ope" around me, I say you're Minnesota showing.
Not Ope. Ope. How is that Ope, Minnesota?
OPE. That's like
Usually
very
it's-
Western.
Yeah,
it's
it's
Midwestern, I think.
Midwestern.
Ope.
It's mostly
We say it in
Minnesota because
Michigan,
it's a
don't worry.
Norwegian. Yeah. I found a new drink at Costco. Well, my better half did this week. Lemon Perfect. It's literally just lemon water that's flavored. And it's delicious. I'm honestly surprised by it.
All right. Quite interesting. I'll have to look into that. Is it sparkling water?
No, it's not.
Okay,
It's
I'll
just
look into
purified
that.
water.
Awesome. Well, with that, we will go ahead then and go video live for everyone. It is that time, 4:15. 4:15.
So,
4:15. Well, for me, it's 5.
While you're going the video live, I do want to remind everyone, next weekend is the charity stream for St. Jude's. So I want to say that we're doing that with Jay, correct?
I think so. Amanda
Switching
might be
the
able to
wrong
put some
way.
more
There we go.
details in that. Vantalord, I see that you just upped your subscription. Miss Swiss is in auto parts. See, so Miss Swiss, that's Becca, just so you guys know. All on
yeah,
the
the
auto parts there.
oh. Yep. That's funny.
What is?
LaCroix. The other drink, LaCroix.
Oh yes, those are disgusting. I am sorry for
LaCroix is
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh
What
I
are you
100% agree. LaCroix needs to be thrown out of
Oh.
this and be banned.
Same with White Claw.
What?
LaCroix and White Claw.
No,
can be
LaCroix though is not
gone.
alcoholic.
Hot takes
Yeah,
happening.
I was gonna say White Claw is just alcoholic.
They're
LaCroix.
You can't-
both nasty.
Oh,
That's
your
what I'm
point.
saying, though.
Okay.
They're both. Yes.
I was like, wait a second,
Yep.
Skylar's a minor. Don't throw him into that category.
No,
Nope,
so
no,
here,
no,
ready?
no,
LaCroix is like if you want water with like a little bit of flavor that someone just went.
No.
Then that's
See,
where your flavor
you're
comes from.
misrepresenting there. Yeah. And I think Ryder, you'll agree with me. It's not like someone went have some flavor. It's like a fruit sneezed into it.
It's like the water.
Like, here's my flavor in the worst way that you can have it.
It's like the water was sitting in the same room where the fruit was being cut up.
The flavor. A fruit
Yes.
spit in my water.
And it just absorbed its essence and like the few pieces of juices that fell off of it.
So I saw a video this week that made me die laughing. Someone played a joke on their dog by giving it sparkling water instead of regular water. And it was hilarious, the
Oh.
dog's reaction.
I'm gonna
Speaking
assume
of,
that
my
is
dog's been really quiet, and I'm a little bit concerned.
Well, you know
Oh,
it's
I
gonna
would
do
be
something.
concerned.
Yeah. Like a little kid,
Uh,
silence is danger.
He's asleep in his bed. Look at me, misjudging my poor little baby. He did nothing wrong.
Mine is asleep right here. She's
No.
like,
Oh, he sleeps where you
My-
carry him.
mhm.
I've got a dog right behind me, my 13-and-a-half-year-old Chow Chow, my big ball of fur.
The one by the
Yeah.
fireplace.
No, not
not-
him.
I'm not
No.
picking up my German Shepherd Black Lab mix right now. He's,
My poor wife's Chow Chow, though. We've got on prednisone because he's got cancer in his mouth, and I have never seen this dog eat so much. He usually eats like 1 can of dog food a day, and he barely eats that. He's eaten 3 each day for the last 3 days.
Oh, he's hungry. It's those roids.
Yeah.
Yeah, roots.
So let's go ahead and. Oh man, so many comments, and I just want to read them all. Let's go ahead though and hop into some quick. It's been we didn't play last.
Yes, we did.
Did we 2
We
weeks
played
ago?
on the 14th. The 14th, 2 weeks ago.
Man, time is funky for me right now. All right. Well, anyways, let's. I think there's been some level ups, perhaps. So let's go ahead and do some quick character introductions, and if you've leveled up, and if you gained anything from your level up. Let's start with Rihu.
hello. Rihu, human monk. We have just, as of after last session, we have just clicked over into the level 5 territory.
Ooh.
You know, I guess I haven't went through my full level up process yet because I wasn't sure if we had a full rest or not, and if we were. I know we're kind of like in the middle of it right now, so like we haven't like come out of it.
Yeah, but you've had some other sleep. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can take this time.
Okay.
You can level up.
Okay. Yes, I know you're level 6.
No, you should say 6 health back. I'm not level 6.
Oh, okay. I thought
I'm
you
not
were
that special.
Yep. So we'll, but yeah, Ryu's we're in the middle of a jungle right now. Ryu's having a good time. Not so much.
It's very moist and just.
It's very damp.
Mhm.
Yeah, I find it interesting. None of you want to be in the swamp, and none of you are leaving the swamp. Let's go
We
over
don't have a
to.
choice. We're stuck here.
Well, I mean, okay. Jubilee, you go next.
Hello, everybody. I am Jubilee. I am a half-elf warlock now. So yeah, I have a little bit of a background change. I normally have the creepy circus, but now I just got my goth girl house.
And yeah, I am really close to level 5. I'm like 3/4 of the way there XP wise. So we're creeping up on some major stuff. I'm real excited. We're gonna get real damagey soon. But I'm already doing way more than I was, so I'm hyped. Bar Jubilee was useless.
Cricket.
Yeah, Cricket just leveled up as well. So she's finally not level 3, thankfully. Which that was a long time coming. Yeah, she's stuck in the swamp, but also just, continuing forward. I think the interest of what they're trying to get more information on and seeking and learning more about the Satari and everything else that comes along with it is keeping her very engaged and interested in seeing this through.
Awesome. Skylar is not with us today. He is out at a meeting. Skylar is a 5th level rogue Ifrit that I will probably be playing in his place. Depends on what you guys do and his involvement. So, Vantalord, how about you go next?
My level 5 dwarf paladin that is now very confused because I've started having PTSD dreams, which is messing up my real life because reasons. So thanks for that. Awesome. Thanks, Rory.
Just giving you some therapy. That's all.
Yeah. Giving some therapy. But yeah, it's just my head's being messed with, both as a player and as a character. So yeah.
All right. And quick synopsis: where did we leave off there, Vantalord?
So, very, very quick. We've had combat last session. We ran through a tower. We got chased by Satari. We finally evaded them in the swamp. We've had a night and a half where Vantalord had a dream, had a very tainted aurora around him. Everyone else can see the aura around him. Wow, that is a hard word to say. He woke up with pretty much with Jubilee in his face after the first bad dream, and now he's in the middle of a second dream, trying to interact with it. And as he's saying, I want to do this, everything's going away and being rebuilt. If you want more, I'll throw it in the session notes, but that's where we're at.
So, in the midst of whoever's on watch, Vantalord, you're in this dream. Morning is coming, unbeknownst to you. As you had mentioned, you went to bed knowing, that it's been pointed out that you have this aura around you that you can't see. Others see this slight. It's not this glowing coming off, but there's this slight difference about your presence. Puppy. And you're standing there and you see this city, and as you push away to not be in the center of it, you see it crumble. And as you take a place on kind of a pedestal of power, you see the walls grow.
I walk up to the pedestal of power and I don't sit in it, but I walk up to it and I call out for Epsu, just asking, what does this mean? What's the purpose behind it? Is there more set for me than just helping protect those that are less strong, that needs protection? I've never thought of myself as someone to be in a position of power. I've been trained to be someone that is a protector.
Roll percentile dice for me.
Remember, zeros are tens. I'm joking. 85.
85. As you call out the name of Apsu, walking through almost like a mental compulsion to move forward, your body shifts very dreamlike to this position. And as you call out to Apsu, you see a slight wrinkle or glimmer or shift in everything around you. Not that it changes, but like I don't know how else to explain it. It's like something glitched. Like there's a shift.
Almost
or
like a
shimmer.
deja vu. Okay.
Not so much like you've seen it before, but more like, and I just don't know another way to say this, but like the picture on your screen glitched and went back. Like there's something happened, right? So you see this glimmer, this wrinkle that happens in your vision, and suddenly it very quickly, and everything's back to itself, and you hear a familiar voice, the same voice that you've been communicating with this ring. And it's not so much words as just a familiarness to that sound. As you see contracts fly in front of you. And they come and they're there and they're not. It's that shiftingness of the dream state where nothing is really consistent. And the contract comes and gone, comes and gone. You see hundreds of contracts flowing in and out of your vision. And you see them pave the roads and the walls build up.
As I continue interacting with the dream, I'm like, does this mean that there's contracts that still need to be broken other than what we found? Where are they? What do you want me to do? I know that there's ones here that I need to break. I know there are people here that I need to protect, especially from this unworldly creature. Epsu, if you can hear me, I need guidance.
That wrinkle rolls across your vision again, like a wave crossing over the surface of your eye. Just this ripple effect, visibly apparent to you. You see, as if you're looking through a veil, where everything in front of you, the city, the imagery that you're seeing, is masking something behind it. You see almost like silhouettes entities behind it, right? So if it was a thin sheen of glass, but not so transparent that you can understand what's on the other side.
It's like a translucent
image, right? But you can't tell what's on the other side, but you see that there's some kind of motion of multiple entities, giant entities behind it, colliding with each other.
I'm gonna walk up to the veil, and I want to pull it aside and walk through it.
With that imagery in mind, that the veil is everything that you're seeing. The veil is the world around you in your dream. In your dream state, you think of it as a curtain rather than the city you're in. You reach forward, grabbing what should be air, and you think of it as a veil, as a curtain, and you grab substance in front of you, and you begin to pull, and you pull, and you pull flashes of your father, of the paladin's way, of the righteousness flash be in front of you, before your eyes. You feel this essence of righteousness. You feel this essence of darkness. You pull, and as you hear and see the fabric of the world around you tear and rip open and begin to expose the silhouettes behind, you're thrusted out of your dream. You wake up. As everyone else stands around, it is morning time, and unlike Vantlord, waking up a bit later than normal.
As they look around, as they see me, they just see me staring straight into space, like a zoning in and out. I'm almost statue-like as I'm trying to make sense of what's occurred. I'm almost unaware that I'm fully been awake with them. Just that's how
disorientated.
Zoned. Yeah, that's how disorientated I am, just trying to make sense of everything.
Well, looks like we got a sleeping beauty on our hands.
Jubilee's going to walk up to Vantalord and just poke him on the nose. What you doing?
Trying to make sense of what I just saw.
Well, you were sleeping, so you couldn't see anything because your eyes were closed.
I wish it was that simple. It was
Did you have another weird dream?
I don't think that even encompasses how to describe it. The last thing I remember is seeing a veil, seeing silhouettes, and I wanted to see what was behind it. And as I tried to pull it apart, like almost like a veil you'd see in like a temple or a room, you should be able to at least, see what's on the other side. I just pulled so much from it, like pictures of my father, pictures of the king that my father served with, sent, different feelings of how paladins should act, the righteousness. I saw the darkness of the world. I can't even make sense of what it's supposed to mean. But the weirdest part is right when that I can remember is almost feeling like the world is being torn apart as I'm pulling this veil.
Maybe
And
you weren't supposed to look behind it.
And that's the thing is I don't know. Like I remember when I first saw the veil, like trying to call out to Epsu and just to say, what does this mean? What do you want me to do? And I didn't even hear his voice. Had a feeling, but I don't remember hearing it. The as I say that I look at the group and as well like I know the contracts from Morn Duke. I wonder if there was more of them. Not just the ones that we took, but from other circuses.
You think it was part of something bigger than just him?
Maybe.
You all keep talking about this circus, and it sounds like it's so fun.
It
Minus
was not.
maybe this whole contract thing. That sounds confusing.
Yeah, it was sort of the opposite of fun, really.
Not how circuses are supposed to be.
It's the only circus I've ever been to, so I don't have anything else to compare it to.
Tell you what, I don't want to go to another circus again.
Yeah.
There was this guy who sort of like forced people to work at the circus, and they didn't have any choice to leave if they wanted to. So, you know, it was sort of like they were trapped there, not exactly by their own free will.
Those mirror
Well, that
people.
sounds
Those are creepy.
unfair.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the mirror people. That's right. Yeah, there were also like clones of people inside a mirror that came out of the mirror.
And they're all in a circus.
Yeah.
Odd circuses. Evil circuses.
Wow.
Not good places.
They were also really abusive to their animals.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
We did set them free though.
Oh, I do like that. I don't know. It sounds like I need to go to a circus at some point in my life. It sounds like a lot of fun. Minus the being forced to work there and also the whole animal situation. But the concept of a circus has always sounded really fun.
Well, as fun it is to talk about circuses, we are in the middle of this swamp, and I'd really like to sleep in a bed sometime the next week.
That would be nice, and also it smells.
Yeah.
I think that's Raja.
You see,
Probably got some more dead lizards in his bag.
Yeah. He's forgot to take out some of the rotting meat.
You know, if I can just heat it up and it'll kill off all the bacteria. It's still good. I'll just use my.
That's not what happens. If you eat rotten meat, it will not make you feel the best. Trust me. Well, it sounds like this dream of yours, Vantalord, is maybe your god is trying to communicate something to you. But it doesn't seem like it was a very clear communication.
Well, sometimes not communicating is also communicating.
Yeah, that's true. You said you didn't hear their voice anymore?
In the dream, I didn't hear of Sue at all. I mean, I've heard it a couple times. Like I remember, even was it 2 days ago? I hadn't broken any contracts, and like mentally, he almost like yelled at me for not trusting him with his strength.
Is there a reason that your god would care so much about these contracts?
So I know I haven't talked much about what Epsu the reason why he's not only just he's not a normal deity that you'd see a dwarf pray to. He's actually a dragon deity. Specifically, he's the deity of all things lawful and good. And part of the reason why I know my family has prayed to him for generations is because we want to stand with things that are truly lawful and proper. So, with these contracts being of an evil nature, that's the only thing I could think of where he would be mad at me for not breaking them. If that makes sense.
But it seems like you've been doing everything you can to break them.
The only thing I could think of is if it's been one of those where I didn't try again after the initial 3. Because we broke those 3 and then I felt like an exhaustion come across and I didn't know if it was just permanently, if I just wouldn't be able to do it again. So I just didn't do it for a few days.
Hmm.
In fact, probably before we start traveling and get sidetracked.
You broke more contracts than that. Just
You've been breaking them like
few.
every day, I feel like.
I have, as I reach into my backpack, I start counting on. I'm like, I still have these 5 left. I was actually just gonna say I should probably break a few of them before we get sidetracked and I forget, because sometimes during the day, if we get attacked, I'm probably gonna lose my focus or lose my train of thought. So I know we still have breakfast to make and at least get our morning strength up before we continue looking for the lizard folk. Or at least this tribe, I should say. And as I say that, I go through the, I grab the first 3 and I'm like, I know yesterday I tried a 4th and it was I almost had this feeling of like I could potentially do it if I was a little bit stronger. So I'm gonna try just to see if I can do 4. Because I know that's the only way to increase strength is just continually try and work it over and over again.
Okay, so you're gonna try to break four of them.
Yeah.
Okay. The familiar image comes in front of all of you as Vantalord pulls open a contract, uses the mirror, sees the blue ring in the mirror of where to place his ring on the contract. The red wave that rolls over the contract as it stiffens and then turns like an obsidian black, and then bursts into ash and is into the ring. The first one that you break is Maximilian, the mastermind maestro. Second one you break is Penelope, patchwork, percussion, and pincushion. That's Penelope, Maximilian. The next one is Loretta. Nope. Nope, not Loretta. Next one you break is Orson. And as you start to do this with the 4th one, you go through all the same processes. You press the ring down. And for a moment, nothing happens. And then you start to feel the heat of the ring around your finger. And you start to hear that voice. And you hear it call out, a little longer, a little longer. Gain the power a little longer. as you hold it there, what seems like forever, as you hear this voice one more time, just gain the power. The contract bursts. Abnormal to the other times. It just bursts in front of you. Again, it streams into the ring, but from your finger of where that ring is, up your hand into your wrist, a black line starts to emerge. As it begins to roll up the wrist, or push past the wrist, you see it. It looks like it's going to continue with the speed. It just past that wrist and begins to move around in a circular fashion, leaving just a small gap on the bottom of your wrist. So a line with a ring and a small gap. And you feel your hand clenched together and feel that strength. Not like an increase to your ability, but you feel confidence. You feel power. You feel like you just need a little bit more. Those around you, unbeknownst to Vantalord, those around, so the other four of you, can all see that hue, that tainted light around him, not grow in size, but it seems to become a bit more intense.
Remember how you had that sort of like glow, Vantalord? It just got a little brighter.
Question with that feeling of, that little bit more power, that confidence, is it almost like a lust for power, or is it just like, you know, someone getting power for the first time and they just want to continue honing it to be specific, if that makes sense?
It's a craving.
It's a craving for power. Okay.
It feels natural, but it's a craving. You want, maybe you need more. In fact, you need more.
I only have one contract left. I'm tired of having to break these every day. I'm gonna
you're
try
muted.
to break.
You're muted, Ryder.
Sorry. I was just say, while he's contemplating on what he's doing, I'm just gonna go, oh great, now another special tattoo in our group.
And mine lights up. Come on.
I'm gonna try to break the last one that I have.
Okay.
I rolled a d4 trying to determine my own sanity.
So you guys
Why not?
You guys see Vantalord. You see this thing clearly appear on his hand and his wrist as he examines it. You see that aura around him become a bit more intense. You know that he's always only been able to break 3. He's broken 4, and he's going to break this last one.
Do you think that's a wise idea? You already sort of pushed yourselves to your limit, and we don't really understand what will happen if you keep going.
It's only one final contract. I mean, in breaking this last one, it
gave you a tattoo on your wrist. Let me ask why.
But,
why push yourself?
and that's what I'm debating inside. Breaking that final contract, it took a little bit longer, but at the same time, I did hear what I think is Apsu saying, you know, just gain the power.
Is that something that Absu would ask you to do? From what you've talked about earlier, it doesn't sound like he's somebody who would ask you to like get more power.
That's the thing that I'm struggling with the dreams I've been having. You know, I think back to when it was just when we had Zep and it was me and Rihu and Rajo with those monsters. I wasn't strong enough to even protect myself. Heck, without those two, I wouldn't be alive. Without...
Well, I think we can all safely say that like we've all kept each other alive at different points.
Yeah. I think you're right, Cricket. As I say that, I roll the scroll back up for the contract and I put it back in my bag. That is one thing where if you're seeking power for the wrong reasons, it'll always... Power corrupts, and that is one thing where I know the Paladin ways. Seeking of power shouldn't corrupt you. It should only be used to protect others.
I think that's a wise choice.
Vantilord, you roll up the scroll, secure it, stick it away, and in the natural motions that you go through, everything is good. Everything is kosher. As you guys work through your morning, pack up and get ready, Vantilord, you find your hand stuck in a closed position. The hand with the ring is stuck in a closed fist. Everything else is fine. Literally, your hand is just stuck.
Just stuck.
Just stuck.
Your hand's just stuck closed. Totally normal.
So it's one of those where it's stuck closed, almost like a muscle reflex where you just... And the tattoo you said pretty much goes up around my wrist and swirls around, and in the center there's kind of like an open...
Yep, from your ring, down the back of your hand, around your wrist, but leaving a slight gap on the bottom. And your hand is closed.
Can I ask a question? Because I just don't remember. Is
Always.
Vantilord the only one that has ever actually broken the contracts? Like used the ring to break them, even from day one?
Correct.
Yep.
Do we notice that? Like, are you trying to hide that your hand is stuck closed?
I think initially I'm gonna try to hide it just because it's, you know, if you think of me when I'm holding my shield, you wouldn't see my hand anyway. So I'm gonna try to act like it's in a normal, you know, think military background. If you've ever seen people march and their hands are usually in a fist, I'm gonna take that approach.
Okay.
You're not gonna call it out or like point it out.
Not yet. Not yet.
So,
Because as we're walking through, you'll see what happens. I've got ideas. Now Rory may have totally other ideas, but I've got ideas.
I never have ideas. It's a blank slate.
No.
Since we don't know too much, obviously your fist and all that, I'm just gonna be. All right, how do we get out of here the quickest way possible?
Well, there is this thing called teleportation, but I don't know how to do that.
I believe we still have an egg, right?
The eggs
do
make you
we?
teleport places?
Yeah, we told you that before, remember? When we were in that tower.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to do it either. I feel like we probably don't want to dabble in that.
I feel like I feel like in the swamp we're out of our element. We're in kind of a lose-lose situation. We are never going to be able to fight that many of those creatures.
But we are. I mean, we're headed. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? We're headed in the direction that we think is some sort of settlement or civilization. Like we've seen the foot tracks. We're following this path, so it's not like we're not lost. I don't think.
We are kind of lost, right? Because we ran from the creatures in just a general direction and we just picked up this path. We don't really know.
No, we followed her footsteps. We followed the witch's footsteps. And then we made it to the junction and we saw some lizard folk and orc footsteps, and we've been following. We've been tracking like decently, I think. Roy, correct me if I'm wrong, because we did move or like travel for like 2 days, but I think we were sort of tracking in a direction, not just like wandering in circles. But but I don't know how much further. That's for sure.
As well as using other natural signs to kind of guide according to where you know you came from, where you are, and trying to figure out where to go. So
this might be unfamiliar territory for me, but I'll try and keep us so that we're at least not wandering endlessly in the wilderness. And we're at least going in a steady direction that seems to be somewhat trafficked.
Well, I'll say we did see signs of bridges that were similar to the lizard folk that we had previously, just so everyone's aware. So, and so we'd already gone over one of them. So we should start seeing paths of the potential other tribe. I'm thinking we should probably just, see if we can find that path.
Yeah, I agree. I think as long as we can keep moving.
Raja speaks up. Yeah, whenever we do head back that way, I like to put things in my backpack, and I have at least one of those eggs back here. I think we have a couple of them, correct? When we left Wood's Edge,
I think we have 3.
We have 3 or 4.
We had 4. We used 1.
We used one to teleport. Yeah.
Yeah, so we should have 3.
Right. Yep.
Yay for my notes. No.
Yep.
I'm glad that you remembered. Honestly, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. And then the guy who was helping us, we didn't give him his 1 egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's our stuff. Finders keepers.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, I suppose then we should keep going.
Yeah, let's keep with our current
Anyone
plan.
else have any other crazy dreams they need to share with the group?
No, because I have no idea where the teleportation circle would even be in relation to where we are right now.
My dream is to own a circus now. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I don't think you want. I don't think you want that.
I really don't think that should be a dream.
A night circus.
A nice circus or a night circus?
Hold on, real quick. So you still have
a nice night circus.
Jubilee, you still have the face paint, right? Like you're. your face still has like the.
No, isn't it different? Don't you have a different?
Yeah, so my face is like flesh toned now, but
Okay.
the makeup that was originally like pastel pink and sparkly is now black.
Okay. Okay.
Like kiss style is what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's fantastic.
It's Goth Jubilee,
Shit.
Yeah.
aka me in high school.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
sorry, oh my gosh, we
no.
get to zoom in on the stream. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like embarrassing photos are gonna be needed at some point.
Oh, Doug.
I don't know if I can handle this.
I love it. Start small and go with the flea circus.
All right.
So you guys
So
work your
we'll
way
keep
through
going.
the. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mr. Slothman, thank you. Yeah. So you continue through the swamp. Every now and then you see Raja spot another large iguana, and every now and then he catches two of them throughout the next few hours of journeying, taking them and popping their neck and just tossing them in his backpack along with the eggs. And oh, we got food for later. Yep, I'll just heat that up later.
I'm gonna, while we're walking, I just want to stop and go. I just had a thought. Maybe just in case we ever get spread out or we get separated from each other, maybe we should separate those 3 eggs that Raja has into 3 different people.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Is there a
but
specific way to use them when you teleport?
But if I keep them, you guys got to find me.
Well, you can keep one.
We'll try and find you anyways, Raja. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And he'll pull out 2 of them.
Well, I don't want one.
You know,
what if it hatches?
We could probably go back to the other place and get more out of that tower.
I think we should just. That would be a bad
I'm
idea.
I'm not going back to that tower.
Yes.
I'll take one of the eggs though, just
Okay.
because I've been around them. I know what they are a little more.
I'll take one of them too.
He hands them over.
When something that you said though, Rihu, if we get separated, should we have some sort of, or like if we come upon a group, should we have some sort of like code word or sound or something to be like
I'll
danger?
send a raven.
Can you do that?
I don't know. They usually just come find me, so I feel like if I told one to go find all of you, then maybe they'd do it.
Well, but maybe something a little more reliable than that.
I can scream really loud.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's of course that. I mean, like if we need to be sneaky or subtle and communicate to each other, should we have some sort of, like a call? Like I was trying to
make a bird noise.
Like when I was trying to herd my sheep, I have a special call that and they know that it's me and they can come towards that sound, like
Let's hear it.
That's great.
Oh, that unique sheep herding call. That's what I made every time. I'm not saying we should use that. I'm just saying perhaps we should have something.
As she says that, I can't even handle this right now. I would say let's focus more on not getting split up.
But yeah, but you gotta plan for stuff before it happens, just in case.
The hard part is if we do get split up, we're in the middle of a swamp. Sound travels in weird ways, so even if we were to make a sound and we're...
You're telling me if we were in this swamp and you heard cook-a-dook-a-doo, you wouldn't know it was me?
You wouldn't know potentially which direction it comes from.
Well, so why don't we... what if we like mark trees and things, and we find like a central meeting spot for all of us, and then we can follow each other's little paths, so we'll know that everybody's been there.
Feeling a little devious as we talked about this. I go, why don't we just light a tree on fire?
Well, I guess we could
I'm
do
down
that,
for
but that
that.
seems
Yeah,
incredibly
I'm
dramatic.
all for that. Yes, fire, 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 fire.
All right. We know, Raja. We know. I mean, we're just gonna kill a tree for no reason.
I guess we could just like
There's
set the
dead
whole swamp
ones.
on fire, and then we could just see where the out is.
I think it'd be a lot harder to set a swamp on fire than you think. There's a lot of water around here.
That's one way to tell people to get out of their swamp.
I think you'd be able to see the smoke
What are
if you
you
set a
doing
fire
in
out.
my
If you,
swamp?
starting as a joke, now realizing that there could actually be some validity to it, I'm going to be like, oh, well, I mean, you would be able to see the smoke from a long ways away.
That's
So
true.
So your idea is if we get separated, set a tree on fire.
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
I like it. It's unfortunately, it's not uncommon for different types of people to use smoke signals in order to tell, send messages or even for direction, especially if it's something that's out of the norm. The downfall of that, though, is it does alert potential enemies where you could be.
Correct. So if you get separated, climb a tree and hope it's not the tree that we're burning.
Wait, Vanderwood. The cricket? Not for no reason. Its death is our life. Okay, it's sacrificing for us to live, for us to find each other. Vandelord, do you mean if I light a fire, it might result in a fight? So I can have a fire fight.
Raja is about to set literally every tree on fire that he ever sees for the rest of the campaign.
Raja's gonna purposely separate himself from the group so he can light a tree on fire.
Oh no!
I just got lost. Weird.
As Raja said this, I look at him and I said, I didn't say that it will. I said it could. Because we don't know what all is in here. There may be more than just lizard folk. There could be giants here for all that we know. Do we really want to potentially have to face a giant by ourselves?
Well, no, but I mean, what if we what about the tree marking? Is that not gonna work?
Tree marking's probably the best thing.
Is there some sort of mark that we could have that, like, we know it's made by us? Because there's lots of tree markings around here, like animals scratch the trees and things.
Of course there's one. Okay, here's what we do. I'm pretty sure I have daggers. I'm gonna run up to a tree and I'm just gonna carve a happy face and give it a clown nose.
I'm assuming too. We're walking and
Yeah,
talking. This, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is our daily conversation.
Yes.
Walk and talk. Walk and talk.
Uh-huh.
Today on Blue Box, we're talking about tree carvings.
I mean, I suppose that could work.
It's definitely not going to be a creature marking.
Yeah, it's definitely different than something that would naturally appear.
What if we each have our own special mark? That way we all know who went in what directions.
That's not a bad idea.
Like you could draw sheep.
I could draw a sheep. I try and draw a sheep. It's not good. Yeah, exactly. It's just like a fluffy circle with like eyes.
Is that a raisin?
No, it's not. It's a sheep. Can't you tell? It's before they're sheared.
Yeah.
Like
How many sheep have you been around, Jubilee?
Just this one.
Well, then it's the most accurate one you've ever seen.
I take my last dagger and I just carve in a shield.
Likewise, Roger will walk up and kind of curved, swiggly lines that he'll use his dagger to create, like a real rudimentary flame.
You guys don't know what mine is. It's just an R.
All right. Well, everybody has their symbols. Hopefully, we don't need to use them.
I hope not.
Better having cymbals than drums.
I want everybody to write their symbol, like draw their symbols out. I want to see what they all look like.
Okay, hold on.
Mark down so that he doesn't, so that he knows.
He's either gonna hate us or love us.
Here's mine. Oh no, I don't know if you're gonna
wait. I have a pencil here somewhere. Hold on.
I don't know if the cameras are gonna pick them up.
Yeah,
too
cameras won't pick it up, but we can get them out there.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
So as you guys do that, you continue your journey towards what you assume will be this Westwood village. Ryder.
Just wait, I think you could. Yeah, this is mine.
Yeah, now I can see yours. Yeah, that's what I pictured.
I drew mine in chat. It's all right.
And a clown with it. And I can't.
I've got a better way of where I'm gonna drop it. Don't worry. So I'm gonna drop it like it's hot.
I can't. But it's just.
I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. Is that what you just said?
Okay, I'll behave for at least the next 10 minutes.
Good. Please, thank you.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not buying that for 1 second, but let's keep going.
So you guys continue through the swamp, and
it's in Discord, by the way, what I drew. It's in the in character.
As you do, you find, just like you've been finding this entire time, you find spots that are more slate or rock based, areas that are much more water, having to tread through it, taking a lot longer and a lot more energy. And finally, each of you, as you approach this place, come across what looks like some old ruins.
Okay.
Up to this point, you've made it to the edge of this place where you see some retaining walls and some inlets into like some steps. You haven't seen or heard anyone in the area yet. It is nothing but the ambiance of the bullfrogs and crickets and animals around you.
Is it like, so these ruins are like on the path?
Not ruins like symbols, ruins like an old city.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like this path kind of led us into the ruins. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, once there's no actual path up to it. It looks like all that has been destroyed or covered with nature. You see a lot of bush and vines and just nature growing around it. But as you approach it, you can tell once you approach the edge of what looks like this ruined city, you can tell that there are paths within the city.
Can we tell how long it's maybe been, like how old it is?
Cricket, you're probably the kind of the best one to be able to judge that. So go ahead and roll a nature check.
12.
12. There's a decent amount of plant life that is growing around, and a decent amount of decay or brokenness amongst the walls. It's probably been decades. Hard to tell exactly how long, but definitely decades that this city has had this plant life growing over it, and they're not new, they're not clean.
Oh, we got a raid!
Thanks for the raid!
Thanks for the raid, Stronghold!
Yeah.
Thanks, Stronghold.
I'll communicate with the group. So it looks like this has been here for a while, like at least a few decades. And just to clarify too, Roy, not any like signs of current habitation or like life, like people, tracks, things like that.
Here you go, Pat. This might be better. If my volume's still low, just let me know. But I did just turn up my Zoom volume. You don't see any tracks in this area. You're unsure at this moment if there's any kind of life form, lizard folk, orcs, or otherwise within. But where you're at, you don't see any. It's pretty wet, so any kind of tracks are covered up by the ground going back. The vegetation looks like it's been here a long time. So there's new growth, there's old growth. It's been like this for a while. Oh.
Does it look like a specific type of civilization? Like, does it look similar to anything else that we've seen?
It would look somewhat similar. There's aspects of it that are similar to the other lizard folk location that you're at. It doesn't look exactly the same, but like another culture in the same region kind of thing. There's some similarities.
I'd like to like start looking around like the walls or exploring the area to see if like there's any writings or anything on them that we'd recognize.
Yeah, there might be some clues here that we can gather.
I was just thinking that.
Okay. Is everyone going together, or are you guys splitting up?
I think we should go together. At least stay within eyesight of each other.
Yeah, within eyesight.
Yes.
Like if we're all looking at different things, but we're in the same area.
Okay. As the lot of you, as you press inward into the ruined city, you start to see that there's a lot more structure to this city. Whether the I will take a look at that. Both Pat and Amanda, thank you for that. I'll see what I can do about the alert. Oh, actually, it's right here. Bam. Let's try that next time it goes off. Thank you both. As you push in, you see that there is some more sophistication to this settlement than the previous one. A lot more walls and different areas to it. Rihu, both you and Raja have a bit of a background in this. You especially in some of your travels. Yes. You had previously been a guard, if I'm not mistaken, correct? At a ruin?
A guard?
Did you protect some artifact with...
Oh, it was a mission.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So you start to recognize some of the aspects here. The cultural development of it. As far as symbols, there are some familiar lizard folk symbols that you guys recognize from the previous settlement. As you work your way deeper and deeper in, you come to a vast opening, a very large courtyard. Within that, you see bodies. Actually, you see lots of bodies. As you press forward, specifically, it is a dead lizard folk. As you look around, you start to see more and more outlining this courtyard.
Freshly dead?
You go up to investigate the body, and it doesn't look to be fresh, but it's also not decayed. The body is a bit sunken and almost like dried. The skin stretched tight.
Is it kind of like mummified in a way?
Very similar. Rihu, as you step up to it, it looks very similar to what you saw back at Wood's Edge. What all of you saw back at Wood's Edge with.
Oh, like the life was sucked out of it. Oh my god. Do we see like bite wounds on its neck?
You start to look closer
face?
and you see markings.
Can we tell how long it's been here?
I draw my sword.
Do another nature check. See if
we're able to see across this whole courtyard, correct?
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yes.
Is that an altar up there to the right?
Over here?
Yes.
Do you want to head that direction?
I would like to head that direction because I'm getting the sense that this is like a ritual.
As we head closer, I'm just gonna kind of put my hand almost in that almost like a ready position to draw a sword.
Okay.
Just because seeing this many lizard folks, seeing the bite marks.
Are you heading with Rihu?
Yes, absolutely yes.
I'm gonna look back at Vanillord because I see he's on edge, and I'm just gonna be like, remember, they can only take the souls of the same race. So if we get attacked by these ones, we should be a little bit safer.
I'm still gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if I could tell how long it had been with that.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell because of the unnatural state in which they died. However, you are able to tell that it is more recent, very likely within the last week. Even something like this would still decompose in this swamp. And then especially if you check out some of the other bodies, you'd see a lot of those consistencies, and you would have a good idea that it's within the last week that this happened.
This is pretty recent, so I mean, we should just keep an eye out. They could still be close by.
Do we think that there's any chance of these things, like, getting back up?
I think they're dead.
They're dead.
Dead.
Well, I'd rather them be dead than only mostly dead.
Right. I mean,
really
if there were
more this conversation,
it hasn't been 10 minutes. It hasn't been 10 minutes.
As I'm walking away and I hear like a little bit of conversation, I'm just gonna go, dead is the only good dead.
And do the two of you stay behind? Or what is Cricket and Jubilee doing?
Well, I don't want to be alone with these bodies.
Yeah, me neither. But I don't want to run straight into danger. What do we see? What's in the center? Like, what? Can you describe this? Like,
Yep.
It looks like it's pretty open, this area.
Yep, so in this area, what you're seeing is this open courtyard, these lizard folk bodies surrounding the outside. Vantilode, you would have also picked up on, and maybe you others as well. It looks like they were in a defensive positioning. Like they were either on guard or defending when whatever happened. And then it's a very large courtyard area. To the right, there's a set of stairs that goes up to a building. That you can decently make out that there's a building up there from your point of view. In the center, there looks to be some sort of something. It's hard to tell from where you're at, Cricket. Whether it's a broken dome that would look down, or maybe there's a room down there. There's some kind of structure in the center that looks very, very intentionally built.
That's what I want to investigate.
As you look around, you do see further walls and ruins that have been crumbled over the years. The sconches, though, are lit. And Vantilord and Rihu, as the three of you approach, you can tell that they have a fairly large container built into them. The oil is nearing the bottom, but it's a very slow burn that happens with these.
Should we follow them, Ghibli?
Yes.
All right.
Center or them?
I want to know what's in the center.
I also want to know what's in the center.
All right, let's go look.
Okay. So as you two start to head over to that center to look in there, the three of you approach these steps. You see again these lizard folk surrounding and a building in front of you. You asked Rihu if there's an altar up there. What you thought was perhaps possibly an altar. It looks, now that you're closer to it, just like a broken wall in this building with these large statues in front of the doors.
Okay. I want to keep going up into the building.
You follow his lead, Vantalord?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
following him. This is a buddy system.
Rihu, as you take lead and you start to move up these steps towards this door, you hear a voice call out to you, like a real voice. You hear it from your right as you hear a voice say, "Hey, hey, is it safe?"
Okay, immediately turn to our right to see where the voice is coming from.
And a human comes out from behind the statue. He was hiding behind the statue. Hey,
I'm gonna go. They say it seems safe. What happened here?
oh, I can't necessarily describe it very well. I was here. I actually. Wait a second. Aren't. And he points at you. I recognize you. Aren't. You know. Actros. Right? That's you. You're. He worked with you. He trained you. It's been so long. What is your name?
My name is Rihu.
Yes.
What is yours?
My name is Daniel. You were guarding some item at one point, and there is something here that you might like. Look.
I was guarding an item at one point.
Yes. Something happened, and there was some. I don't really know. I would love to hear it, but right now, and he points over at the bottom of these statues, like on the top side of their base, and he look this here symbolism. I don't really fully understand it. I study a lot of lizard folk type of cultures. Otherwise, I would not be here. I don't know why you guys are here. But there's something ancient about this place. And these symbols are not lizard folk. They're not that. It's the wrong language. This city looks like it was perhaps long gone, and they moved in and took advantage of the structure. But perhaps you could figure them out. I don't know, but I am struggling with trying to figure out this language.
I would love to take a look.
When's the last time you saw Actros?
Many years ago now.
That is a shame. It was probably 2 years last that I saw him. He still speaks of you.
Was he in good health?
He is an old man. So I guess as good of a health as an old man can be. You know, every now and then he'll sneeze and his back hurts and stands up a little bit slower than he used to.
Well, I'm glad it's only the rigors of old age that are impacting him.
Yeah. Well, it's been a little while. I don't know. It would be good if you could see him. I don't know how much time he has left. And he starts to point out these symbols that are along the bottom. What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarven, and Elven.
They don't ring familiar to you. Clearly an actual set of symbols, it's some type of language or some sort of communication, but not one you understand. But it does catch your interest.
Have
Is
you
there
been
anything
inside this building?
Not yet. I arrived here about a day ago. When I arrived, these lizard folk were already dead. I don't know how to tell how long ago that was, but it wasn't when I was here, so I don't know exactly what happened. There are a lot of weird creatures in the swamp, so maybe? I don't know. Do you?
Can I do like a sense motive check to see if he's like lying by chance?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a deception, insight.
I'm learning everything. Alright, 14.
14. You don't pick up on anything that would set you off.
Okay. Well, yes, I'm very interested in these runes. I think if they're out here, maybe there's more inside.
I mean, there might be. But what if whatever killed them is on the inside? I am not. And he looks at himself, and you see he has more like a scholar pack on, where maybe even a little bit ill-equipped to be out here. But obviously he's made it this far. But as far as weapons and armor, like, he is not. I don't know that I should. What if they're in there?
With a grin, I'll just say.
That... Oh, go for it.
Just say, with a grin, I'll just say, why don't you stand close to our my little friend, the Vantalord here? He'll keep you safe.
And I just kind of flare my sword out just a little bit, just because I'm still in a ready position. And
Okay. And he, well, I guess I could do that. Perhaps if we could also be in the back, that would be okay with me.
And then I'll go, well, it's either that or you stay out here with all these dead lizard folk.
No. No, because if something else happens, I don't want to be in the area. For Jubilee and Cricket, as you approach this center structure, you get closer and closer, and you actually see a bit of a fog-ish type of look on the inside. And it's not exactly clear, but also not uncommon for the area. You look in, and it makes sense then why there is a bit of fog in there. As you look in, you see a pool of water inside. Unsure how deep it is, pretty dark, mucky, hard to see just as it is. But clearly there is some depth of water down there. Cricket, go ahead and roll a perception check.
12.
12. As you approach, on the trim of these corner pieces, you see a writing, a script on there. Oh my goodness, my dog. 1 second. Doggy, out.
Have a break.
Bear, I'm trying to read this. Get out of my way.
You see this script, and it takes you a second, and then you're able to read it. It's not the current script that you're used to, but it is a form of druidic writing. It looks like a much older, like how we would go from we write everything to how everything used to be cursive, right? Mm-hmm. It looks like an older, much older script of druidic writing. It looks to be some... Or do you try to read it?
Yes, okay. Yeah, for sure.
It looks to be some type of warning, indicators of danger. Danger, warning, a large beast. And then, do you just look at this area? What do you do now? What do you, the two of you do?
I'll share that with you, Billy. There's some writing on here that seems to be warning about maybe a large beast or something. Maybe it means in this water.
Well, I don't want to disturb the water and see the giant beast, but also I kind of want to see the giant beast.
What if I'm gonna walk around, like, just to see, like, I'll do a little loop around this thing. Does it look the same? It looks like, yeah, there's, like, is that like a pool so you can, like, step into the water or something?
Does it look deep enough for us to see the bottom?
As you look in, Jubilee, it's too dark to see the bottom. For all you know, it's 6 inches or it's 15 feet. Like, it's too dark to actually see the bottom just by looking at it. As you walk around, you see a lot of the same script, Cricket, of these warnings. The wall on the north side, or the right hand side here, looks to be like it's been broken. So normally it would match the other walls. It looks to have been broken, and it's almost at water level. Some of the other scripts that you pick up on, Cricket, are almost like a statement of holding something here. Like, here's a warning, don't go any further. Here's a warning, there's a large creature. Keep thing with contained, very powerful. Those kind of, like, statements are what you're catching on to, as well as you finally, as you are almost done, you see the indicator for almost like a signature, but Clan of Whispering.
Clan of Whispering.
Clan of Whispering sounds ominous and spooky.
It does. I agree. And also,
I'm sorry. Clan of Whispering Pines.
Whispering Pines.
Sounds like a ninja tribe.
Wait, do I recognize that?
With that kind of aha, you do.
Yeah. Is that like the clan that my parents left? Is it that one? Why do I recognize that?
Go ahead and roll a history check. I mean, you can do other stuff too, but roll a history check.
Oh, it was cocked. Uh, 19.
19. That's it. That's what you're seeing. And knowing that, you're able to look at these phrases again and get a better understanding. It is the clan that your parents left. That I don't think you already had names for them, right?
My parents?
Yeah,
No, I don't think they had names.
So, you recall people, you recall stories of hearing about William and Sophia, Will and Sophie, who left the clan of Whispering Trees, of your parents leaving this clan. Some of the vagueness of that, and as you're reading, you're trying to piece together the stories that you would hear about a great power or a great beast in their disagreement about this.
There seems to be some not so subtle foreshadowing that's happening here.
I know, right? It's very, very not subtle. It's literally written on it. Wow. I'll point it out to Jubilee. So I just sort of realized why this sounds familiar to me. But
Yeah?
my parents, they left the druidic clan that they were part of before settling down on the homestead where I grew up. And I remember there was like a conflict over some sort of like great powerful beast. And it seems like a really weird coincidence, but the writings on this are from the same clan. And also warning about some sort of beast that might be trapped here. That's very weird.
That is really. How far are you from home?
Very far. Well, actually, I don't really know where we are, to be honest, so I don't know. I mean, we teleported here, so.
So, assuming pretty far.
Right. But I also don't know where my parents' clan was. Like, I've only ever known the farm that I grew up on, so it could be close, or they could have traveled really far. They could have teleported. I don't know.
But did they ever say anything to you about any type of like monsters that they had tamed or they had trapped somewhere or anything?
They were super secretive and like vague about that. They sort of like closed that door on that chapter of their life and didn't really ever look back. So I don't really know much. And to be honest, they also died before I could really ask them anything more.
Oh.
It's all right. It was a decade ago. I'm over it, mostly.
Well, do you think that maybe if we did some more searching around here, you'd find something? That
maybe.
Like what if they like carved their name into something and you find them and then everything comes full circle and then we get attacked by some giant monster in the water? Cause I don't know. Let me not jinx it.
Yeah, don't jinx it. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more curious about this. I mean, I was already very curious, but I feel like maybe there's some information or thing I can learn about my parents and that clan that they came from here. I really want to put something in this pool.
I know. I keep wanting to do that also, and I also don't want to get us attacked. But can I cast detect magic over the next few minutes just to see if anything in the water pops up?
You can.
I'm gonna do that.
And if you guys want to throw something in the pool, you can do that as well.
I'm gonna wait till she finishes that spell and then I might.
As you cast detect magic, nothing, whether it be the pool itself, something within the pool, the ruins, none of it comes up as magical. There doesn't seem to be any magical essence. If there was, it's gone.
Are there any like rocks or things near us?
Oh yeah, all over. Rocks,
Great.
vines. I mean, it's everywhere.
Let's just maybe see what happens, right?
Yeah, I mean nothing showed up in the water when I checked to see if there was anything.
Well, it might not be a
magical.
magical beast. It could just be a beast.
I don't know. I assumed that if there are runes on the outside, maybe there were like runes at the bottom of the pool.
Oh,
or
that's true.
something that were
That's true.
magical.
That's true. That's true. Well, just to prepare you something in case, okay?
I'm ready.
I'm just gonna look back real quick and yell, we're just gonna toss a rock in here real quick. Then I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it in the pool.
All right.
Incoming! Wait,
So, as each of you are starting to enter into this building, the doors open wide, and the four of you enter into this building. There's a loud plump water sound. I don't know how to make that sound, but there's a loud sound from this rock hitting the water.
Skadoosh.
Yeah, skadoosh. As you can tell that it's not shallow, right? So you picked up a good size, partial brick. It's definitely not shallow. But it was just without some sorts of light going down, it's too hard to tell how deep it is, but it's not shallow. As it sinks deeper and deeper, you start to see bubbles come up from the water, and the four of you enter into the building.
I'm scared.
I don't regret it.
So as the four of you enter into the building, you encounter a couple doors that you open up. And likewise, on the inside here, although quite dark, Raja takes his shirt off again with the glowing phoenix on his back.
Raja
Yeah,
to just take
he's just
his
like
shirt off.
he takes it off and he's like, yep, nope, stick that in my pack. And he just kind of flexes his back, showing off the glow and illuminating the area around him. But you do see in the dimness of his light multiple dead lizard folk in here as well.
What do we think is killing? Can I look at one of these bodies and see if are they like mutilated at all?
Nope.
Do you come up and join us?
No, yeah, we're not.
Oh, never
up
mind.
there.
I thought we were with them. Just
If
kidding.
you do
We're
look
still
at the
by
ones
water.
around you, though, from your previous
Same
time,
deal.
yeah, from your previous looking from when you guys first entered, the bodies are not mutilated. They simply look to be sucked dry.
Oh, okay.
For those of you up in the room, as the bubbles are bubbling in the pool in front of the two of you, the other three, Rihu, Raja, and Vandalord, you enter into this room. In front of you is another set of doors. To your left, a set of doors, and to your right, a set of doors. Clearly, some kind of chamber rooms.
Well, I'm just kind of want to keep going straight. I think that's the easiest one to eliminate first.
Yep.
Okay. Continue forward through a double set of doors.
And we don't see any of these like rune markings anywhere, right?
As you are looking around to find those same kind of script that you're seeing on the outside, you don't. You see other ones, and between the three of you, and even with Daniel's assistance, in this immediate chamber room, you do find some lizard folk writings, general statements of them occupying this space. It looked like it was turned into some kind of gathering area. You do also encounter more ancient type of writings as you start to push deeper and deeper into it that do resemble the writings back on the statues.
Okay. Yeah, that eggs me on to keep going then. Like a dog with a bone right now.
Heck yeah. You continue into the hallway, in which you find several more of these lizard folk. Again, some more sconces that are being illuminated, just like the ones on the outside. You push deeper and deeper. You see a statue.
Can the sconces come off the wall? I just want to take and carry it with us, so that way there's more than just Raj's back.
Yep. So you grab one, and you're illuminating also. The statue itself is a human in its design. Same with the ones on the outside. They seem to be human in features. So clearly not original to the lizard folk. It'd be very abnormal to their culture to build these in a human resemblance. And there's some essences in these statues of either protection or power or just different essences of art within their culture. You come to a dead end eventually in this hallway as you pass another body looking slightly different than the previous ones, but ultimately reaching a dead end in this hallway.
Just because I'm double checking, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything that was like patched up or like built over like an old door or anything, right?
Not as far as a doorway. You do see that there is some types or attempts of patchwork to fix flooring, stones that clearly don't belong. But as far as like what seems to be covering an entrance, you're not seeing any of that as you check the walls pretty thoroughly.
I'm gonna check that. Looks like we passed. You said another body.
Correct.
I just want to see if there's any weapons on him, or like a javelin or a staff, something like that. Specifically something longer that we could put through like a door handle to lock it, so that when we come back through, I'm gonna lock the door to show that we've cleared that room.
Got it. So as you search him, you find a couple things. You find a pouch with 7 gold. You find a staff about 4 feet long. On top of that staff is a small orb. And he is wearing simple robes.
I look at Rihu and Raja and I'm like, well, there's potentially money on some of these bodies. Might as well. It's been a minute since we've gotten any gold. I'm gonna be open and honest with them and let them know everything I found. While you're looking at looking for any potential trapped entrances, I'm gonna search the other bodies, and that way maybe we can find something that's gonna be useful. Raja's
all for it. he helps you search the bodies. What say you, Rihu? What are you doing? Daniel is just following you guys' lead.
I'm just gonna like any of the stones that look out of place and stuff. I just want to like touch them and push them in just to make sure there's like no like secret passageways that would open up or be adjusted.
Okay. Perfect.
While they're looking through the bodies.
Okay. So and Daniel will help out. His interest in cultures and different civilizations. He sees what you're doing and it makes sense, and he starts to try to assist you as Raja is assisting Vantalord. Meanwhile, on the other side, or in the courtyard, where the other two are, so isolated and alone,
just had to add that little piece.
The water begins to calm after the ripples of the stone and likely the bubbling of the stone as it pushed through the water beneath. Jubilee, as you guys walk through this place, it is hard to keep your feet dry for more than 5 minutes.
Right, soggy socks.
Soggy socks all the time. And you're right next to that water level. But it doesn't flow over. But you look down as you're looking around trying to find whether it be different symbols or script or any kind of magical essence that's around. You look down at your feet and you notice that the ground is imprinted different. It's not just flat. It looks like... Go ahead and do a nature check.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
It's a 3.
3. It's hard to tell. You just know that the ground doesn't look right under you.
So I can't tell what's wrong with it, but does it look like artificially put there? Like if I were to step on it, it would like sink in and trigger something? Can I check for traps here?
Yeah, you check and you get down real low and you start checking and you're not seeing any traps. It doesn't look artificial as in like man-made, but it looks unnatural the way it's shaped. It's just not, it's like one of those things at the tip of your tongue. It just doesn't look right.
Cricket,
Maybe it's
can
too
you
close.
come look at this?
Yes? What is it?
Something just looks off to me.
Do I recognize what she's talking about?
Cricket, as you walk around, especially from your vantage point, not being down there, where Jubilee is probably a good, just the stone thickness, where you guys can see the actual thickness of the stone here. It's a good foot deep, just for the stone flooring. So Jubilee, you're a good distance below Cricket. Cricket, you look down, and you see 2 imprints from your vantage point. 2 very large imprints where it looks like there's lines that press deeper.
Like a handprint?
Like it's webbed?
And then something else that was pushing down on top of it. And you think about it, and it would make sense for something like a webbed type of foot. But the size of these are essentially, you look and you keep comparing. If Jubilee was to lay down, she'd fit inside one of the prints. And thus, you standing inside of it, Jubilee, weren't able to understand what you're standing inside of.
Jubilee, I think what you just found is like a footprint or a handprint a really, really large thing. Once I point it out to her, I'm guessing she can see
A little bit better, yeah.
No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well,
maybe don't go right where you are. Maybe come back up onto this ledge.
If there's a footprint, maybe it means it left. Maybe it means it walked away.
Yeah, wait, which way are the toes pointing? Like into the pool or out?
Out.
Out?
Oh.
Oh no, Jubilee.
And
Where
suddenly
did it go?
the breaking of the wall, the incomplete dome of this area, at least for this piece of the puzzle, is making a little bit more sense with the footprints out.
So like this dome looks like we could deduce probably that it broke out or was let out or something, but it came out of this. Oh,
That'd be a fair deduction.
Uh-oh
is right. Oh no.
What do we do?
I don't know.
Do we just hope that it's not anywhere close by?
Well, I think if it was close by, we'd probably hear it or see it if it's this large. Right?
I think so.
I can tell you.
So.
I can tell you. What we should do is we should take a 5-minute break.
Yes.
For you to stretch, get up, get something to drink, everyone. Thank you so much chatting going on. Mega Rapidash, L Hawk, I see you, Fraley, the Barbarian, Taylor. Pat Draws, BP Gaming, RPG. Thank you all. I know there's more in there too. Those are just the ones I see right up front. So we will be back in about 5 minutes with the rest of the session. I'm really sorry if that hit anyone's ear. I just thought about that. You're here, Pat. Thank you. That's what you did.
That's much better on my back. Turn the sound up during break. Okay. So now the question is Vantilord becoming an oath-breaking paladin?
Do it!
Oh. That's... It's not the type of power shift that I want all my stuff to do. Playing with the RGB on my computer.
Hey Pat, what
That's
sound
close.
should I turn up? My sound? My voice? Whose sound needs to go up? Oh, there's a 5-minute. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, it sounded like one of the cannons in the Hunger Games.
Yeah. It's the sound for the 5-minute.
Oh man,
Somebody's running late.
I had to find my cushion for my back. Man. I decided to go out ice fishing last weekend. Didn't grab the proper chair.
Oh.
So sat inside of out on the lake for 4 hours in the wrong chair. Didn't get off the lake until 10 p.m. Got completely skunked. It was bad. It got windy with a temperature of 1 below 0. So now we're rushing. And then Tuesday night at bowling, I pinched a nerve in my back where I had that herniated disc. And then Thursday, I slipped at the store, and caught myself wrong. So all week long, been fighting with back issues, more than normal. I don't like it, Sam. I am.
Back issues are the worst because it affects literally everything.
Well, mine's all on my lower back too. That lumbar. I've had I've had bulging disc, herniated disc, arthritis, all stacked on top of each other in 3 vertebrae.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. I'm a human barometer. Okay, now that's the perfect colors. Now if I just gotta slow it down. Why aren't you letting me slow it down, though? Oh. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
And we are back.
Yay!
Yay!
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Is that the Hogwarts crest on your chair, Ryder?
Yes, it is.
I love it.
The Marauders map is on the backside, stitched in the secret lab chair.
Fun!
That's very cool.
He spent weeks hand stitching it, though.
What houses are all of we? All of us? All of we? Good lord.
Did we have this conversation?
I feel like you and I established what houses we are, but I don't
you're
remember if everybody
Slytherin.
told
You're
us.
Slytherin,
Yeah.
and I'm Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
I have
no
a
idea
giant.
what I'd be.
I have a giant Hufflepuff banister hanging on the wall. So
You know
Your
what?
wife
And
is a Hufflepuff.
that totally tracked, and I also feel like
She just
Tom,
said you
you're a
look like a
Gryffindor
Hufflepuff.
for sure.
Okay.
We have a
So
little
you
of
think I'm
everything.
Gryffindor. Okay. Why do
Rory
how do
also
I give
gives
off
me
Gryffindor
Hufflepuff.
vibes?
Yeah,
I
Rory
think-
gives me
I th-
or
I think-
Slytherin.
Rory gives me Slytherin vibes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could see Slytherin. Yeah.
So the big monster appears out of the pool.
Excuse me, Slytherin is the best house by far.
Debatable.
Okay. I'm now intrigued.
So
Why am what do I give off for Gryffindor? I'm thoroughly intrigued by this. I really don't. I'm not big
Gryffindors
into
are
that
loyal.
whole thing.
Yeah, you have that like very loyal, altruistic, like
Alright.
yeah.
So
For the
you
better
called
of all
me a
mankind.
you called me a conniving snake. Okay.
No, Slytherin
So-
are cunning and very smart,
Yeah.
and we are leaders, and
Ambitious.
we don't take
I understand how it goes. I
bad
get it.
words.
Oh, well, back to D&D. However you guys want to take it, freeform. So you got the 2 of you out by the pool, the 4 of you inside. Whoever wants to. Oh, what was that? How do you guys want to proceed?
Well, I think now that we've sort of realized that this creature probably isn't in the pool anymore and has escaped, we probably should let the other people know what we found. Do you want to go inside, Jubilee? I saw them go through those doors.
I think we should probably warn them that there's something with giant feet wandering around somewhere.
Well, it could have left a long time ago. We don't know how old this is.
We also don't know how proportionate the feet are to its body, because what
Right.
if it just has really big feet and then a tiny body, so it's actually only like our size?
That is technically possible, but I will say
And
it's
small
not
little arms.
probable.
So we're unaware of this. So we haven't found anything more, right, inside of the building.
Not inside the main chamber area, in that hallway going to the north. You haven't gone west or east.
I want to go.
And
I
those
wanna
other
go
4
to the-
dead bodies,
I'm ready
Oh.
to keep
as I've
going down.
searched them.
Yeah.
So I think Jubilee and I will head towards the main entrance where we saw them go in.
Yeah.
As you say, after I move.
What did I find on those 4 dead bodies?
4 dead bodies. You find again, each body you check inside of here, you've been finding those same markings on each one of them on their necks.
He wants the loot.
Yeah, I know.
I want.
So you find those same attack marks, and then you also find on these individuals, each one of them has another 5 gold each. One or 2 with a javelin, and 2 of them with long swords.
Alright, so that means I found 27 gold. Okay. I look at Rihu and Raja, and I was like, hey, just so you know, I found 27 gold, so that should each give us 5 gold apiece. There's a couple javelins. What are the shape of the javelins? Do they look in somewhat decent shape, or just like totally
They're
rusted
usable.
away?
No. They definitely look, any of the weapons you found are very stock weapons so far. But
Well.
taken care of. So another sign that this wasn't 2 months ago, right? Granted, you're inside the building, but even outside, when you've looked at the weapons, that the lizard folk have on the outside, they look pretty well taken care of.
Well, I'm gonna keep the javelins because I'm like the only one in the group that uses them. Hey, once we clear this room out, I'm gonna lock the door with one of the long swords, just because I have a better long sword than what they've got. Unless anyone has better ideas, I don't feel like derobing someone and using their clothing to tie something shut. Unless anyone objects.
No, that's fine. It's I'm eager to see what the rest of this place has, though.
Thank you for the subs. So, you collect those items, and you move out.
Yep. So I'm gonna keep one sword. I'm gonna keep the staff with the orbs. Something about it maybe handy, just in case I run into like Jubilee or Cricket, in case some of that they can use.
Okay. And with one of those items, you go ahead and secure the door, you said?
Yep, one of the swords.
Okay. And as you enter the main chamber area again, you see Jubilee and Cricket as they enter into the building.
Guys, we sort of found something out there.
Or actually, it's like what we didn't find.
That's
more
true.
Concerning.
That's true.
Well,
that makes no sense.
Well, I found something you may use. I hold up the staff with the orb on top. Do either of you guys need this?
What is it?
I found it on one of the dead bodies, and then I show it to her. It's the 4 foot tall staff, and they can see the orb on top of it.
Correct.
I like my trusty wooden staff, but maybe you would.
And
like
it is a wooden staff with an orb on top. Not metal.
Does my detect magic pick up anything?
It does.
Oh.
Do you continue to try to figure it out?
What does it detect?
Yeah.
What? Along with some other various items, a dagger and a ring and a mirror that Vantalord has, you see these patches of magical items. The staff that he's holding,
It's like a glow stick.
it radiates a slight energy, and as you continue to focus in on it, it seems to be coming from the school of conjuration.
Ooh. I'll take it for now and see if I can play around with it and see what it does.
Yeah, see if you can figure out what it might be conjuring.
Well, I'm glad I took it off the body, so here you go.
So, you know that pool out there?
Did you go swimming in it? Because I can't swim.
Not exactly.
We know you can't swim, Vantalor, but no, that is not what we did. We sort of found out a couple of things. So we're pretty sure that there used to be like a really large beast or creature of some sort that seems to have webbed feet. And the feet are larger than Jubilee. And it escaped from that pool. We don't know.
We don't know what it is. We don't know where it came from. We haven't seen it. All I know is there's some really silly looking monster running around with very big feet and a tiny body, because if it's proportionate to the feet that we saw, we're in really big trouble.
Wait, how did you see the feet?
Oh, well, there's footprints on the outside of the pool leading out. Also, there was some writing on the dome that I think seems like it was maybe trapping it there or just warning people of it. It was some like druidic language actually, and it was sort of, oh hey, look at this. Store. Oh wait, never mind. That was because I hit 50,000. Twitch was letting me know that I could restore PC health and abilities. I was like, okay, somebody restored my health and abilities. Nope. I got like a big alert on Twitch, so it was like, you can restore people's health and abilities, but not this game. Anyways, yeah, there was some Latin and Druidic language that seemed like it was maybe warning people of a large beast that was trapped within. And it was from the clan of the Whispering Ponds, which was actually I think where my parents were originally from, but they left. And coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, I don't know, the world is weird sometimes, but one of the reasons they left was there was a conflict over a great beast, or like a power that the clan had trapped. I don't know if it's the same or if it means anything, but yeah, that's what we found out there.
I'm gonna go, well, since we're sharing what we found, I'm gonna like point over to Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, like, I see how there's a person you found.
I'm gonna be like, we found him. He was hiding up here by the doors. His name's Daniel.
Hello?
Daniel?
Yes?
Can I tell you something?
He'll take a half step back. Yes?
If you do anything funny, I have no problem killing you. That's all I'm saying.
I can neither confirm or
I
deny.
will be
I don't know enough about her yet.
Calm and monotone as I can.
Where did you come from?
Can I answer questions?
Yeah, you did. Your threat was really vague, Jubilee. You gotta be more specific. You said if he does anything.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, you said anything funny, so I don't.
Okay, so I'll rephrase. If you're going to do anything that would hurt me or any of the people that I'm here traveling with, then I'll kill you.
Oh.
Got it?
Got it. That's a lot different. You should just say what you mean. It makes life easier. Okay, so I told Rihu, and there's a sense of familiarity when he says that. And Rihu, you're remembering glimpses of this guy as you were under the tutelage of Akrot, but
I kind of feel like it's like a familiar face, but I've traveled a lot, so like
yeah,
details are fuzzy.
Yeah, exactly. It has definitely been quite a few years. But clearly he has either been reminded of or is aware of you. Well, actually, you see, I travel a lot. I am heavily interested in old civilizations, much like this one here. You see, and he goes over to the wall. The script, Daniel, that Rihu, that you had already seen with him before along the walls. He goes, I can't make this out. Sometimes I encounter cultures that are very intriguing, sometimes a little bit risky, a little bit dangerous. This is a first where I showed up and everyone looked like this. I've never seen this before. But something about these writings clearly indicates the importance of this building.
a torch goes off in my head because I just remembered that Cricket just said that she was able to read the Druidic language outside. So I'm gonna quickly point out, Cricket, does this match what you saw outside?
DM doesn't match what I saw outside.
It does. It does. It gives off the same ancient usage of some words. How words develop over time. Similarly, you see a lot of the common usage that you currently use, but you can clearly tell this is an old Druidic language.
What does it say? Yes, it does look familiar, actually. And I'm gonna try and read it.
One on the left-hand side of the door, you see one of these vertical scripts. And as you're reading through it, and Daniel, almost annoyingly, is there trying to learn it as you're deciphering it.
I just like edge him out, like, listen, let me just read in peace. I just met you 5 seconds ago.
And this one reads, "In the shadows we shall weave the veil of influence, obscuring the eyes of those who stand in our way."
Whoa.
Can you repeat that, please? In the shadows we shall weave
the veil of influence, obscuring the eyes of those who stand in our way.
It's some sort of riddle, y'all. Like, I don't know what it's referring to, but it definitely.
Does she read that out loud to us?
Yeah. Does it sound familiar to any of you?
It almost sounds like what I saw in my dream last night. As part of it, I saw a bunch of silhouettes behind a veil, but I don't know if that means anything right now.
True. I mean,
But I also haven't started having nightmares, so we got closer to this place.
I don't put much stock in dreams.
Except that Vantalor's dreams did cause him to start glowing. So there's that.
Well, it wasn't.
Well, then what was it?
It wasn't the dream that started glowing, was it? It was when he broke the contracts. Thought.
No, the last didn't he start glowing the night before after he had that first nightmare?
I did.
Okay.
When Jubilee woke me up and she was right in my face when I jumped out.
That's
All
just
I did was boop you on the nose.
That's just the glow from eating Raja's old meat.
You said that was the left door. Does the right door have anything different written on it?
So the right door repeats. It's
same.
the same message on both sides.
I will say that the clan that they came from is the clan of the Whispering Ponds. I don't know if that has anything to do with this sort of like veil or obscuring things.
Wait, can we read it one more time?
Yeah, in the shadows we shall weave the veil of influence, obscuring those who stand in our way.
Why do I feel like... Well, does the door not open until we solve the riddle, or does...
No, it's open. They opened it, right? You guys came through there.
Yeah, there's now a sword through the handles, keeping it from opening. That Vantalor put there.
So what if we close our eyes while we walk through, because it says to obscure the eyes of anyone... Wait, maybe that's... No. Wait. I don't know. It was a good thought at first, and then it came out and it didn't make sense anymore.
I think maybe it's referring to, like, I mean, because it says we shall weave the veil of influence. That's like a very specific phrase, right?
But what does it mean?
I don't know. Sounds like. What is that? Why are you just turning an hourglass, Rory? What are you?
Don't let him turn it again. That's a bad idea.
Apparently, we just started some skill challenge that I don't know anything about because I'm terrible at riddles. This is why I started out playing a barbarian. I would just let everybody else do it.
Growing impatient, I want to go to like the next door to start opening it.
Also,
yeah, I think this is something we gotta think along.
Yeah, do we see these other bodies too? There are other bodies in this room.
Yep.
Let's put one through the door and see if anything happens to it.
They already walked through the door, Jubilee.
Yeah, but what if there's something on the other side that's trying to kill us, and then it's something about taking our eyes or something?
Well, it's a good thing that we put a sword through the door then, so that thing can't come get us.
Okay, so as she talks about the sword, I look Julie square in the eye. I'm like, I know you haven't been with us long, but we've already gone through this room. It was a dead end. It was my way of just showing that, hey, we've already gone through the room.
I will boop you on the nose again.
Don't do that. I will say this though. I'm gonna go search the other. I see. Was it 4 other bodies in this room that I haven't searched yet?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna loot them for gold.
Okay.
I'm searching them.
I'm going to the west door. I'm just going to the west door.
And I'm gonna do this on any body that I find.
Were there more bodies behind this door? What did you guys find behind there?
All right. So there were 5 other bodies.
Behind the door.
Obviously, behind the door that I locked.
Right.
There was a total of 27 gold on them, 2 javelins, 2 swords, one of them's now on the door, and that staff. Once we get, in fact, as I say that, I hand 5 gold to everyone around.
Was one of the lizard people had this staff on them?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
So, but I give everyone 5 gold.
Hey, I'm real broke.
Yeah, I don't think I have any money at all. I now have 5 gold total.
Just assume anytime I see a body, I'm looting it. Rory.
I'd just like to point out, there's a lot of dead bodies. Like, we saw a handful outside. There's 4 more in here. You said there's 5 through that door. And if they all died the same way, that's a lot of Satari. Like, a lot of Satari.
Uh-huh.
And also, that's how they breed. So all of these multiply by however...
Oh, no.
They have to have 4 souls in order to
as
lay
I hear
an
that,
egg.
As I hear that while walking, those are probably the eggs that we just hatched at the tower.
I think these are fresher.
Because this seems like it's within the last couple of days.
Yeah, you're saying... I think the Satari came here.
Correct. Well, I think the eggs that we saw were from this.
No, I think that the Satari came here after we were tracking them in this direction, sorta.
I think either way,
we were tracking Jezebel in this direction, and they were chasing us.
Yeah, but then we lost Jezebel's tracks. The point is, we're sort of in the same direction that they were headed.
Can I open a door yet?
Yeah. Yes.
Open the door. As
you were following the orc, right?
We were following Jezebel, yeah.
The orc?
Or no, not Jezebel. What was her name? Yeah, whatever the witch lady.
Yeah. Like the swamp witch.
No, it wasn't Jezebel. It was the other one. It was the orc.
Amat.
Amat, yeah.
Yeah, Amat.
Okay.
What's the matter with you?
A lot you don't want to know.
Rihu, as you and Raja get over to the other door, in here, again, on both sides, you see an inscription. You look left, and you also see the same over there with inscriptions. It seems like each door is a statement of some sort. When you walk into this here room, it definitely reminisces with some kind of like some kind of room where not really forging took place. There's no kind of blacksmith or anything like that, but clearly it's where they would create some items. And as you look around, you see these very rudimentary looking type of creatures, maybe. They seem to have body-like features to them. Clearly there's a point of a head and arms and torso and feet. They just look a bit unnatural. Not like unnatural like the undead that you've encountered, but just it looks very large and blown up. With a little bit more looking, it looks like some kind of very large, either fat lizard or giant bullfrog, or and it's hard to tell if it's a because there's such inconsistencies between each of these semi-completed sculptures, if it's just their lack of artistic ability or if this is what it looks like.
Okay.
And in this room you don't find any completed sculptures.
Okay. Yeah, workshop almost.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm glad you said sculptures because I was like, are they making creatures? My land.
And there's nothing else in this room, pretty just bare walls, etc.
There is one person, or one lizard folk that is also dead in here.
Since I know Vance Lord's gonna search it anyway, I'm like, well, I might as well just save the time and clear this room, and I'm gonna search it real quick.
Okay. When you search it, this one doesn't have any kind of armor or weapons on it. It does have some crafting tools. Various different types of wires or different types of blades or scalpels in order to be able to cut different types of materials. So some different crafting tools. And 6 gold.
Okay.
Raihu, did you see anything on that door? Did we all see something on that door when he walked through that there was like an inscription?
If you walked over with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're fine to take. I mean, you can just walk up to the door and see it still. It's just there.
Yeah. What does it say?
So that one, as you read that one, and again they mirror on both sides. To ascend the throne, we must first climb the ladder of alliance, leaving no rung unexplored.
By the way, I did take the crafting tools and the gold, and I am just going to. Well, I'm on a mission, so I'm gonna start going towards the other door because this one seems like a dud.
Okay. You enter in the door immediately next to that. In that room, you find 2 bodies, and it looked to be a bit of a sleeping quarters.
Okay. I'll
Right.
check the bodies too.
That other message was, to ascend the throne, we must first climb the ladder of alliance, leaving no rung unexplored. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
They are also in the Ford, in character in the Discord also.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yay!
Yep, go ahead.
I'm gonna just follow behind Ruhu as well.
Okay.
Seeing that like it's safe where he's at. Is there anything on that door?
There is. And Rihu, on these ones, you find a total of 16 gold. Yeah, on one of them, there was a little bit bigger of a pouch. You could tell it was a much more relaxed area. Again, it's not like any of this stuff seems overly appropriately placed, meaning they moved into this ruined city and just made use of it. That one says, Through unity, we shall wield the strength of many to shape the destiny of all.
Well, there's clearly supposed to be some meaning to these, but I'm gonna be honest, and I don't know what it is.
On the 4 dead bodies in that room that they're all walking back into, what all have I found?
You have found 23 gold and 4 javelins.
It's glad I can start stocking back up on those, because that was low. As they walk back in, I was like, hey, I've found some more gold. So this is your 27. That's 23. That's 1250. What are you giving? Yeah, and I actually hand 5 more gold to them, saying, hey, I found 27 before. Here's another 23. So divide up among the 5 of us. We should each have 10 gold. So I even out. You find anything useful?
Just some gold that I'll split with the group after.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Daniel because I'm reading all of these messages aloud.
Okay.
So, as I read them all aloud, does he seem to like react at all, or does it seem like he seems like a scholarly sort of person if he studies all these different cultures and stuff? So
yeah, you see him frantically like writing them down, the best he can to mimic what's on the wall, and then he'll copy what you're saying, and then you see him go back after you leave. He's like going back, trying to rush back over to you, kind of displaying a sense of feeling like you're not going to wait for him necessarily, so he's like trying to capture what he can, and then he follows up, and he in a lull moment, he continues, you said you recognize this from where?
Well, I mean, you mean the writing?
Yeah, the writing, or you had mentioned some other stuff.
Yeah, the clan that maybe inhabited this, or seems like they had left their mark here. I might have maybe a connection to it, but nothing that I have ever experienced myself, but through some of my family.
Do you mean the clan that settled here, like the ones that built this place, or do you mean all these lizard folk?
I don't think I have any lizard folk ancestry, so I don't think it's the lizard folk, but I think maybe whoever built this place. It's possible that the lizard folk maybe took over afterwards, because this is pretty old.
That would make sense. A lot of the stuff that seems to be here doesn't seem to be well placed. I don't know how else to say that. The walls, the doors, they're well placed. They're purposeful. But like the stuff in the other rooms seem to be just there. I think you're right about that. I don't know if you've ran across this, Cricket, but a lot of times what I've seen in my experiences in some other cultures is when there are writings along the doors, it's a statement, like a non-negotiable statement. To walk through this door is to claim this statement. It's like some cultures would say that it is a portal of agreement. So whoever was here seems to be making a very profound statement in every direction that they go. Although it seems like Rihu and Raja are still looking at a couple rooms.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to the other doors even before they get there, or as they go, and
Okay.
try and read the other statements
I'd
too.
I'd be heading towards the next door at this point.
Okay. There are 2 more doors remaining. The door to the right and the door straight ahead. And likewise, the one to the right, you find 2 bodies inside of there. And the door is in front of you. So the doors to the right, another sleeping quarters area. These 2 actually are in beds. It looks like they were completely caught off guard. Same markings on their neck. But there doesn't seem to have been any... The blankets, there seems to be a point of struggle. The blankets, the sheets that were on them are not appropriately laid. But they are still in the beds. Clearly a resting area. With 11 gold in a pouch on a desk.
Okay, we'll take the pouch.
In the other room, and I'll get to you with the writings. In the other room, you see on the far wall a shrine. And various levels of melted candles. In this room, you find no weapons. The 2 individuals in this room have basic garments on. On the walls, anywhere, there is no essence of a weapon. On the wall itself, there is a stone sculpting. It's carved into the stone itself. A stone sculpture, a carving of this large, in comparison, because there are also in this imagery what looks like humanoids in a half circle around this larger creature, in which the creature looks to be 3, 4, 5 times the size of them. This creature is a large lizard-like or reptilian-like creature. Underneath of it is more script.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around and go, Cricket, you might want to read those doors quickly because I think we got something big in here.
No pun intended, right?
Pun intended.
Pun intended. Okay, so what did the other remaining doors say before I go in there?
The other sleeping area says the seeds of power lie dormant in the soil of opportunity. We shall cultivate them with cunning and ruthlessness. As it kind of rattles, as Daniel's next to you, and you read that out loud, you see this is what I mean. Even in their sleep, right? So if you look at the way that this is lined up, they'll cultivate the seed of power lie dormant in their sleep. So in every essence of this culture, in sleep and in awake, in consciousness, they are both cunning and ruthless. It is in every essence of these people. And this is the clan that you are from?
Well, I wouldn't say that I have any, like, personal identity, but my parents used to be part and left. But I don't really know anything about them, which is, yeah.
Huh. I would like to say maybe you'll find something, but I don't know if you want to. Maybe you do. I don't know how to And he's just very socially awkward in this moment.
Okay, Cricket's very kind of awkward too. So,
walking over to the other door, it reads, "Whispers of power echo through the ages. Our voices shall be the thunder that commands the world to listen."
Man, all these phrases are giving me big like government takeover vibes.
yeah, yes, I was thinking the same thing. Like they all feel like they're not just. I'm gonna be honest. It feels like not really what I know about being a druid, but also I don't really know a lot about other clans. Like it's possible that like I didn't really grow up in a community the way a lot of other druids do, and my parents were very much like we live on the land and we only do things with the land, but maybe if this is the kind of clan that they left, that's why. You know, maybe they didn't agree with some of the ambitions of the people who they were with.
It almost sounds like the same thing that some paladins may do if they don't agree with the deity or their upbringing. They'll break their oath that they took with their deity.
Yeah, they didn't really talk about it a lot, but it didn't sound like it was a pleasant departure. Like they didn't have any connections anymore or anything there. What'd you say you found on the wall, Rihu?
Looks like another inscription. You should come take a look.
Do we when we go up to the wall, we can see the drawings, right? That he saw?
Not
Jubilee,
yes, but they're not drawings. They're actually engraved into the stone.
Yeah.
Oh, engraved. Oh, okay. Jubilee, I don't think that your prediction was correct. Come look at this.
Okay, I will head over.
The body is not smaller than the feet.
Ah!
I bet you this is what we saw. Tracks for out there.
I like it.
Sitting there looking at it going, that seems slightly terrifying.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
more
like
than
it.
slightly, yeah.
I look at Rihu and I go, at Raja and I go, I wonder how many meals it will make.
You'd have to find a way to preserve it for that long.
Yeah, you just cook it.
That's a lot of salt.
Don't worry, there are some days I'm a little salty.
And you've never seen what this guy will eat. I've been around him a while now, and there's not much he doesn't eat.
Except for those undead monsters, I won't eat those. Nope.
That's probably wise. Okay, what does the inscription say underneath the drawing or engraving?
To forge a land where nature overcomes humanity. We must temper ambition with strategy. Shaping our destiny and crushing theirs.
This doesn't sound very pleasant. I'll read it out loud to everybody. So it kind of seems like the people who built this here might be trying to sort of control whatever this beast is to take over humanity, or maybe maybe just some people?
And, hold on here. Daniel speaks up. I'm not, don't know you very well. I hope this doesn't bother you. I don't think you got that last word right.
Yeah, no, I don't read that often, to be honest.
It's okay. You see, and he runs to the other doors really quickly. I think you could be right in other contexts. I think what it says is humankind.
Oh.
The context being nature.
Right.
There was some statement about nature. It said, to forge a land where nature overcomes. You see that structure is, I think, humankind.
Why would they want to get rid of humankind, though? I mean, I do see the appeal of nature versus humans sometimes, but also humans are part of nature. Maybe they were getting sick of what humans were doing to nature.
Probably. That makes sense.
But that doesn't mean we should just destroy humankind. Seems like you're taking a blunt object for a very precise needed solution. Well, if that is what they were trying to do, I can see why my parents left. They probably wouldn't have been a fan of that.
The doors.
Did your parents ever tell you that they were in this clan with like other people, not just humans?
They didn't. No, they didn't say what kind of people there were.
Because what if all these lizard folk that are here were they the ones that were trying to control this thing, and then they lost control of it somehow, and something happened?
Maybe. In the engraving, are they humans or are they just humanoids, or like what do the people look like?
You get much closer. Step up to it. As you try to get closer, you crawl up slightly onto that shrine. A couple of the candles get knocked over. You start to look. As you get closer to look at them, you hear a shuddering noise of wood clanking, whatever, a shuddering noise. And you hear a door slam. The doors directly behind at the far west side had slammed shut. The doors with the sword falls out. They open up and then slam shut. In this moment, Cricket, what you see is these humanoids all are facing the creature. This semicircle is facing them as they have hoods up and very big kind of clothing, robes that doesn't give away their features. One of them in the center, it's like the person in the center, the stone turns and faces you. Another door shuts inside this building as it echoes throughout. And the imagery of the stone person that turned around and faces you, without reaching up, it's almost like the stone is just reshaping itself, and the hood slithers down the back or down off the head as it exposes a human face. and the hands actually start to unfold as the sleeves again have that weird reshaping of the stone as they pull out and hands emerge and they start to reach forward.
The stone is moving.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
Another door closes.
Ah!
The doors in this room, the room that you are in, the shrinery room doors begin to shudder.
Is how big are the stone engravings? Is it small? Like it's like a picture.
You mean like this whole picture?
Yeah.
It's quite large. So the shrine that you're on is about a 5-foot slab of stone, and the imagery is probably, using that as a quick estimation, it's probably about 7 feet wide and probably a good 4 feet tall. So it's like a big mural.
Right.
And when you're looking at these people, there's kind of this semicircle in front of this large creature.
Is this person like coming out of the stone?
Currently,
like when they put their hands out, is the stone like 3D? Like it's coming out?
the hands, the arms and the hands are coming out of the stone.
As Cricket says that they're coming, that the stone's moving, I'm gonna run to make sure that I'm in the room next to her, so that way if they try to reach out to grab her, I want to grab after her, just in case they try to pull her in.
Okay, you said the room
PTSD movement back to the mirrors.
Okay, I think your wording was confusing there for a second. You said the room next to her. You mean in that same room, standing next to her?
Yeah, so whatever room that she's in, looking at the sculpture, that's where I'm going.
Yep. So Cricket's right here. He's on this stone shrine, looking at the mural on this wall. We got Rihu, Bantalord, and Jubilee in the shrine room. Raja's right outside. Daniel's even further back. You guys, the doors.
Is this stone person still moving?
The hands continually stretch out. It's probably because you were so close, the hands and arms, and they become proportional as they reach out. So they were these tiny little cute little things that start to grow in every dimension as they come out. And they start to come out, and they're probably 6 inches away from you at this moment.
Do you see Cricket? She's like concerned, but also very intrigued by what's happening. And she's just like watching the stone come towards her, like, is this gonna be a person?
Should we run?
No, it might not be bad.
One of the doors slams shut. The other one seems to be lodged on.
Last time something tried that was inanimate became animate, it was not good.
I'm gonna
Well,
try.
I would just assume that that's always probably mostly not good.
I'd like to try and hold that one, the door side that seems to be shut, like help it stay closed. Does that make sense? Or stay open, sorry.
Okay, you're trying to keep
Yes.
one door open.
Yes,
Okay.
the one that seems to be lodged.
And Raja is gonna try to help you with that.
I
He's
say
gonna
we get
grab
out of
onto
here.
But maybe
It's
we
cute.
can learn about the creature from them.
It looked like they're worshiping the creature that's that big, and now you're having a sculpture move.
Well, that doesn't mean it's inherently bad. Think about Jimmy.
Who's Jimmy?
Jimmy was
That is true.
Raja's
It's-
adopted son.
It
Raja,
made,
you have a son?
I mean, kind of.
Cricket, this is the same argument that you just made for me breaking the last contract. This could potentially be bad.
But also it could help us.
Same with me breaking the last contract.
You have a strong pulse, a strong urge right now, Vanderlord, thinking about those contracts. Maybe I should do it. Maybe that would help. I can have the power. I want it. I can have it and I can help.
I put that thought to the back of my mind is right now. My brain's saying the what ifs may not help right now. Because
Rihu, make a strength save. Roger will do the same.
It was a nat 1.
You feel the door as if the energy was building up and you were just holding it back. There's a moment where Raja is able to hold it, and then his fingers slip, as you can clearly see his fingers had dragged across the door, leaving imprints as he was holding it, and his hands finally slip. Rihu, your also inability to maintain that door. The door closes and slams you inside with everyone else, leaving Daniel and Raja on the outside.
Looks like Raja has a new adopted son.
The stone, you see the lips start to move. Voiceless, but moving.
I don't.
Can I understand? Can I read it? Can I understand it?
When you, as the moments so prolonged with everything that is going on, as they continue, you watch almost in amazement.
Sorry, where did you say it?
Nah, the music changed.
I didn't mean that one. Where did it go? Where did it go? You start to hear this whispering and incanting.
Oh, that has cult vibes.
Oh.
And it doesn't match up with his lips.
Ew.
As his lips are moving like a foreign movie translated, right? And it's just moving. And then you hear, and Cricket, you understand it. As it's that same whispering, it echoes through this room. You hear Raja on the outside, Ryu, open up the door! Cricket, you hear. That we'll find out on the next session.
Oh my gosh, that's cruel.
That's so rude.
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 Wow.
Rude.
Wow.
Oh no.
You hear?
You hear nothing.
But
Oh, jeez.
Mega Rapidash, rude. Every time that word is Becca in my head. Not that she's rude, that she says it like that. Rude.
Rude.
Yeah.
Is it the same type of rude that my wife says?
Probably.
Okay.
So, with all that, let's go ahead. We can move into Stars and Wishes.
What a crazy
And
session.
give
What a
some
wild ride.
your comments on the session, Stars and Wishes, and then we'll stick with us because we will raid into Jay after we have our poll. So we'll go ahead and have, if you want to say something about the session, Stars and Wishes, we'll have our MVP vote, and then Ray J. I think Jay's on right now.
I have 3 pages of notes.
Yeah, I have so many notes from this session too.
Let's go with Vandalord.
Well, Vandalord's now trying to make sense of 2 dreams, and this now craving for power that obviously goes against paladins. Shouldn't be craving power. They should be craving, how to protect people, but not power. Wishes. That's your. Being that griffins have now come up twice in the last 3 sessions. I still want to find another one, and hopefully with Cricket's help, maybe tame it. Maybe I'm nuts, which... Yeah, I'm nuts. So... And I think I should be stream MVP because of the crazy bad dreams that are making Vandalord have PTSD.
Okay. Ryder. Where is Rihu at in this moment? What is your wish and what is your star?
Well, Rihu right now is obviously a little thrown off because the door just slammed him right back into the room. But I think generally he's eager but a little confused by all this right now. Like, doesn't kind of sick of it and wants to get to the bottom of it.
What's your
what
wish?
was the next 2? Wish. For a wish, honestly, I just want to get out of the swamp.
Yeah. And then what's your star? What is some moment in the game that you think was a highlight? By anyone or whatever. Like, what's a highlight to you?
I think a good highlight was Cricket and actually like being able to read these runes and starting to translate all this, because I feel like we really would have lost that if that didn't happen at all.
And Jubilee, how about you?
As far as stars,
I don't have to do that voice anymore. I don't know why. I just like immediately go back into it. You call me Jubilee, and that's the voice that pops into my head. My stars this week definitely go to Cricket for all the connections to her family and all, like, basically pulling all of this together since we have been in this wild field full of dead lizard folk and giant webbed foot monsters. We wouldn't have made nearly as much progress as we did without like all the connections and the reading and all the ideas and the finding the footprint. Just like everything that Cricket did today has just been down to the beautiful sheep drawing. On point. And then wishing, I would say I'd still like to see Jubilee's like direct connection to the Raven Queen. And also I'm really curious to see Vandalord's nightmares come to fruition and see what the heck is going on there.
Don't you dare wish that on me, because it could be very bad.
I just want to see what's going on. I love some backstory. I love. Listen.
And then Jubilee is just always the chaotic humor when things are real serious. So if you want to make Jubilee stream MVP, that's why.
And Cricket, how about yourself? What
Well, what a crazy session. I think Cricket is so like very, very curious and like intrigued and captured by everything that's going on, because I think this is the first glimpse that she's had of maybe something that gives her insight into her parents, into that background. And I think like, yeah, the fact that it's connected to this other stuff that's been going on is pretty crazy. I think it's definitely pulling on her like, well, we should just figure this out. Who cares if it might be dangerous? Yeah, so it's fun. My stars, I like the addition of Daniel. I think it's fun having like somebody who's got some like additional outside perspective, maybe some connection to Rihu too, which is cool. And it was like a fun, yeah, it's always fun when you can have like a NPC who's got extra knowledge that we get to learn, which is cool. I don't know, wishes, more of this is I feel like this is exactly the kind of like fun stuff that has been cool. So yeah,
awesome. We got get out of the swamp, and I'm not leaving the swamp.
And then, just in case nobody saw, Vantalord got stream MVP.
He did.
Yay! Thank you, everybody.
XP to Vantalord. And with that, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your support. I've never seen those emotes. That's hilarious. And we will... Oh, Amanda already started. I saw it that time. I did not try to start the raid. I saw Amanda started it. Hang with us, though, so that we can join us as we raid into Lord Gazumba. Wonderful, wonderful session, and it's all you guys. It is fun. I have a blast with you all. And I look forward to next time. We'll get out some announcements. Hopefully I get this out before it's said. I guess our next game is actually Super Bowl Sunday. We might have some people in this group that are fanatics about the Super Bowl.
Actually,
I'm not one of them.
I will not be here because I have a concert that evening.
Oh, concert over the
Who are
Super
you
Bowl.
seeing?
We are going to see Talk.
I don't know who that
in
is.
Minneapolis.
Well, hopefully they sing,
no.
but
I will.
but yes.
Oh wait, yes, I know who that is. Runaway to Mars, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
So we will get some
That's
announcements out about that, what that looks like, well in advance. But thank you everyone for being with us. We hope you have a wonderful time. And whenever we disappear, we disappear. I don't know where the timer is.
Wait a second.
There's still some raid time. I see it now.
Wait, where's my thing? Where's my thing?
What,
oh yeah,
5,
you have 5
4?
seconds.
Found it. I found it.
3,
What are you
2,
doing?
What? Oh.
Yeah. I don't even know.
It's gone now. We're over. We're past.
It's gone.